What's good, y'all? Welcome back. Welcome back. And listen, another great round 4. We're on to round 5. And listen, man, it's a very, 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 very interesting time in the AFL where we have a lot of ups, a lot of downs. I need to talk about a certain team later on in the video, but before I even get to that, let's just go over the round 4 results as always. Just listen to All Access, listen to Barnett and Matthew Lord, man, great duo. Shouts to them. Get me on there. but obviously Collingwood beat Carlton. Carlton just I don't know. Carlton. Geelong beat Melbourne. Again, Melbourne, one of the most disappointing teams. Max gone. And then I'm seeing Bailey Fritsch. He has one goal in the last 5-6 games, something like that. And then he's having some stuff off the issues. I remember him in the grand final a few years ago, in which he went crazy. Now this dude's potentially talking about getting benched or delisted. I don't know what the hell is going on with Melbourne, but they gotta get that fixed. Gold Coast beating Adelaide, like I said, very, very interesting game. Gold Coast, one of the best defensive teams, going up against one of the top offensive teams in the league. Gold Coast beat them by 1. Brisbane took care of business against Richmond. Jasper Fletcher, I mean, what a start he's had this season for us. Very, very good. Got Lucky Neal, you got Ashcroft, McCluggage. I mean, it's an absolutely just great team. I think McCluggage got hurt, actually, so I can't say McCluggage, but you got Zorko, Jared Berry, Charlie Cameron. I mean, absolutely just a great start to his team. And listen, they're playing well. Very happy with them. You know me, Brisbane supporter since 2022. What, 3 or 4 years now? Yeah. Yeah. North Melbourne. I'm gonna get to North Melbourne. Like I said, losing to Sydney Swans by 65. West Coast again just getting dominated by GWS. We all expected that. St Kilda being Port Adelaide. Port Adelaide just weird. Freo beating Western Bulldogs. Freo, getting a response back. So that's the matchups for round 3. Let's hop into round 5, and also let's go over the ladder. So obviously, looking at the ladder for round 5, Hawthorn, who didn't play last week, gotta play Geelong. That's going to be a very, very interesting matchup. Didn't play in the finals last year. Didn't get a preliminary, something like that. Brisbane right behind them, 4-0. Gold Coast, 3-0. Like I said, shout out to Gold Coast, man. I don't think it's been updated. I don't think so, but I could be wrong. I don't think it has been updated. That's weird. Very, very weird. No, actually it has. It has. We played 3 games, though, which is weird. Anyway, GWS in the 4th. Adelaide is in 5th. Collingwood in 6th. Winning 3 straight since that loss opening round. St Kilda as well. 7th, and Geelong is in 8th. City Swans, who you guys remember last year, a very, very good team. They were undefeated from Long Beach. I'm not in the top 8 right now at Western Bulldogs. With Sam Darcy, and I will admit, Sam Darcy's a hell of a player, bro. I think he's like 21, 22. Absolutely hell of a player for that Western Bulldogs team, man. Keep them afloat. Shout out to him, man. Freo, Port Adelaide, North Melbourne. Somehow, 13 places, obviously they won. And they beat somebody decent. Yeah, they beat Melbourne, but Melbourne's ass this year. Bombers, Richmond, Carlton, Melbourne, and West Coast. And West Coast, again, they're one of the worst defensive teams in the league. If you look at the games, losing by a lot, solid, a lot, and a lot. I mean, they're coming to games to get their ass kicked. At some point, West Coast, man, we gotta fix that. I mean, I was seeing, North Melbourne, I think North Melbourne's coach is talking about, we're making progress. Yeah, man. I mean, outside of win against Melbourne, which is a very good win, like, what progress? I mean, I think you have one of the top leading scorers, Nick Larkey. So, listen, man, I get tired of constantly talking about North Melbourne and West Coast and just the trash and all, but Carlton and Melbourne both been 0-8 combined. I mean, who would have thought? Who would have absolutely thought, man? But that's the ladder for this upcoming round. Let's proceed into round 5 predictions. So, obviously, we have a very, very important big game. Tomorrow, well, my time tomorrow, 5:40 a.m., we have Adelaide against Geelong. Now, listen, Adelaide come off a tough loss last week, only by 1. Against Geelong. I got Adelaide beating Geelong. I think Adelaide will respond back. Like I said, they lost to a good team, Gold Coast, which I've said, even going back to last year, like, they've been kind of mid, but at some point they got to get going. I'm liking what I'm seeing from them, so hopefully Gold Coast can keep it up. But I got Adelaide beating Geelong. Collingwood against Sydney. I haven't really followed too much about Sydney, so I can't really comment on them too much. I know, like I said, they are outside the top 8. A bit disappointed for the last season, but I think Collingwood at the Adelaide Oval, I think it's a gala round as well. So I think Collingwood continue to add more pressure into that Sydney Swans team. And at some point, I do think Collingwood are going to really, really get going. Like I say, the day goes Twins. I mean, can't beat that. North Melbourne against Gold Coast. I'm not going to talk about North Melbourne, really, man. I mean, they may not get 50. And I really don't think North Melbourne would get 50 points. That's my only tip, that North Melbourne does not get 50 points. I think Gold Coast, like I said, defensively sound, are going to beat them pretty well. Just that. Carlton against West Coast. Who would have thought Carlton in 16 plays would be having this conversation about what's been going on with Carlton? They're going to beat West Coast. They are going to get the first win this season. Now, if they don't beat West Coast, yeah, there's got to be a lot of issues. I know Michael Voss is still, leading the troops there. But at some point, you got to get going. You got to respond back. You got to show why Carlton have been one of the top teams the last few years. So if they lose to West Coast, man, Western Bulldogs against Brisbane. You guys know me every time since I've been following the AFL and being a Brisbane Lions fan. Every time we play Western Bulldogs, it's always been tough. I've always said about Western Bulldogs, they are a tough, hard-nosed team. And going up against Sam Darcy, the defenders are going to have a good game against them. Keep them, not as effective as he's been this whole season. It's going to be hard, though, because Sam Darcy is just Sam Darcy. But I do think Brisbane do beat Western Bulldogs at the Norwood Oval. Saturday, 2:15 a.m. Big challenge for us, but I expect Brisbane to beat them. And listen, man, the boys, I've been so happy. I've been watching. Obviously games come on very, very early, so most of the time I'm not awake for that. But I do watch the highlights. I do follow the team really well. So hey, man, gotta keep pushing. Melbourne against the Bombers. Again, 2 disappointing teams. I think just with the issues Melbourne just have going on, I think Bombers are going to beat Melbourne. Just continue the misery onto that Melbourne team. But Essendon aren't safe either. They got issues as well. Essendon have had some issues with the season. So you can say it's a battle of mid, but we'll see. But I got Bombers beat Melbourne. Richmond against Freo. Freo are going to continue to beat Richmond. Like I said, Richmond are trying, the same labor and all. They competed last week against Brisbane until the end. I got Freo beating Richmond. GWS against St Kilda. Very, very interesting matchup. I'm actually looking forward to this matchup, with GWS. And the prowess that they have. Going up against St Kilda. Should be a good game. Should be a very, very interesting game. I got GWS beating St Kilda. Lastly, Port Adelaide against Hawthorn. Port Adelaide, man, wishy-washy. Very, very wishy-washy. Hawthorn, like I said, to me, them and Brisbane are the top 2 teams in the AFL. Not just record-wise, but if you watch them play, if you follow them, which you guys all do a lot more than me. Hawthorn has shown to be very, very dominant. A young team, but a team that's full of confidence. Obviously led by Jack Ginnivan and all, but I expect them to beat Port Adelaide. So it should be a fun game, man. Should be a lot of, obviously, games are at the Adelaide Oval and all. Should be a fun one. Should be a good one. You guys let me know in the comments down below. You guys overall predictions for the rounds. Where did I go right? I feel like I've been actually pretty good in my predictions this season. I didn't want to keep track, go through each video and see which ones I've gotten right. Obviously, I can do that. I should be doing that, but I like to get you guys involved. But as always, hope you guys stay safe. See you guys soon. Peace.